Hi everyone, my name is Angelica Flores, and for my reading workshop today, I'm gonna be reading the Old Possum's Book of Practical Cats by T.S. Eliot. So this book was published in 1939, and the author wrote this book of poems as letters to his godchildren in the 30s, and they were later published. So these are like children poems that are like super easy to read and understand, and they're supposed to be just like fun for children. So today I'm gonna be reading Macavity the Mystery Cat. So Macavity is a mystery cat. He's called the Hidden Paw, for he's a master criminal who can defy the law. He's the Baphomet of Scotland Yard, the flying squad's despair. For when they reach the scene of crime, Macavity is not there. Macavity, Macavity, there's no one like Macavity. He's broken every human law. He breaks the law of gravity. His powers of levitation would make a faker stir. And when you reach the scene of crime, Macavity is not there. You may seek him in the basement. You may look up in there. But I tell you once and once again, Macavity is not there. Macavity is a ginger cat. He is very tall and thin. You would know him if you saw him, for his eyes are sunken in. His brow is deeply lined with thought. His head is highly domed. His coat is dusty from neglect. His whiskers are uncombed. He sways his head from side to side, with movements like a snake. And when you think he is half asleep, he is always wide awake. Macavity, Macavity. There's no one like Macavity, for he is a fiend in feline shape, a monster of depravity. You may meet him in a by street, you may see him in the square, but dis- when a crime is discovered, then Macavity is not there. He is outwardly respectable. They say he cheats at cards, and his footprints are not found in any file of Scotland Yard's. And when the latter's looted, or the jewel case is rifled, or when the milk is missing, or another pig's been stifled, or the greenhouse glass is broken and the trellis past repair, there's no wonder of the thing, Macavity is not there. And when the Foreign Office find a treatise gone astray, or the Admiralty lose some plans and drawings by the way, there may be a scrap of paper in the hall or on the stair. But it's useless to investigate, Macavity is not there. And when the loss has been disclosed, the Secret Service says it must have been Macavity, but he's a mile away. You'll be sure to find him resting, or a licking on his tongue, or engaged in doing complicated long division sums. Macavity, Macavity. There's no one like Macavity. There never was a cat of such deceitfulness and suavity. He always has an alibi and one or two to spare. At whatever time the deed took place, Macavity wasn't there. And they say that all the cats whose wicked deeds are widely known, I might mention Mungery, I might mention Girdlebone, are nothing more than agents for the cat who all the time just controls their operation, the Napoleon of crime. So for today's video, instead of asking questions to my student, I'm gonna be giving my opinion and what I think this poem means. So I think that based on what I have read about this book, the author wanted the cats to have human-like characteristics. So in this case, Macavity is a criminal mind. He is someone who steals the milk and stuff, and he's so clever that he never leaves any trace behind that he's responsible for like any crime. So that's why they never find him guilty, and he's always relaxed because he knows he's never gonna go to jail or anything for his crimes. So I really like this book. Especially I chose this poem because I found it to be funny and like easy. So that's why I chose this one. I think, well, this is obviously a children's book, but I think that um, when we give animals human-like characteristics, we can make them more interesting because usually cats don't do a lot of things. So in this case, I mean, Macavity, a ginger cat, would be in the real life like a normal cat, but in this world he is a thief and he does all this stuff. So I really like this poem.